하나, 둘, 셋. 안녕하세요,
안녕하세요, 여러분.
여러분. 저희가 오늘은 서로의 나라에 대해서 신기했던 점 세 가지에 대해서 얘기를 해보려고 하는데요. 저도 벨기에에 살고 있고, 탄기도 한국에 또 살아본 경험이 있기 때문에, 저는 한국인으로서, 탄기가 벨기에인으로서 느꼈던 신기한 점에 대해서 얘기를 해볼 거예요.
Mhm.
첫 번째로, 한국에서 신기했던 거 있어?
많았어.
많았어?
영어로 말해보면. For me, the first one
음,
was public transport or transport in general in Korea. To be honest, I was not sure what to expect when I was in Korea for the first time, but I was really impressed by how dense the network in the metro, the buses in Korea were. So you can basically go anywhere very easily, cheap, very reliable as well, and punctual. I would extend as well to private with the taxi that are also very cheap and reliable and safe. And also the planes, the companies from Korea. I forgot the name in the Korean name of the plane companies.
대한항공?
Daehanangong,
아시아나?
Asiana.
음.
It's very impressive for a small country like Korea to have two very big national plane companies, and it's just the tip of the iceberg for the transport in Korea that is really on another level compared to many other countries. I was really impressed. Yeah, so that was the first
음,
one.
맞아, 기억난다. 탄기가 한국에서 그 고속 리무진 버스 있잖아요.
음,
그 누워서 갈 수 있는?
yeah, business
맞아.
class처럼 그랬던 것
그거,
같아요.
그거 타고 진짜
Yeah,
놀랐었지, 맞아.
yeah, the buses for me are really impressive because in Europe it's
음,
only recent since we have the Flixbus ila는
음,
Huasaga.
음,
And before we barely had buses in Europe, while it's also very connected, but we didn't have. And in Korea, you have like those network of like limousine bus and normal buses. Also, I remember in Seoul, you have the color buses, so the green, the blue, and the red bus, and
음,
depending on the distance, you have to take one or the other.
음.
And they're all well maintained, and no, it's very impressive, honestly.
그래서 이제는 제가 벨기에에서 놀란 점에 대해서 얘기를 해볼 건데요. 벨기에 세금이 진짜 세거든요, 벨기에가. 제가 듣기로는 최소 25%에서 최대 50%까지 세금이 붙는다고 해요. 그래서 만약에 더 많이, 돈을 많이 버는 경우에는 50%까지 세금을 떼가고, 그만큼 또, 월급이 좀 세요. 월급이 되게 높아요. 최저임금이 5만 원 정도라고 하거든요. 최저시급이 5만 원 정도라고 해요.
And in Korea,
음.
how much is like
I checked. Korea was minimum 6% to 45.
45?
어,
And is
음,
it also based on the how much you earn?
yeah,
Okay, so
음,
the more
음,
you earn, the higher the percentage. Okay.
yeah.
So in fact, the
Still,
big earner could
음,
also like Belgium
음.
also.
근데 어쨌든 벨기에는 최소가
Mm,
25%잖아.
mm,
그래서 높은 거지. 한국에
yeah,
비하면.
yeah. And maybe also the
음,
brackets of salaries are higher in Korea. It would be
음,
harder to reach 45% than it would be in Belgium because, for example, I'm starting my
음,
career, so
음,
I have 5 years
음.
experience, and I already have 40% of
텍스.
tax.
와우.
Yeah, so it's nearly the
40%.
maximum of a Korean system. Uh,
맞아.
Beside the bracket system, I think it's quite common in Belgium that
음,
you end up paying
음,
a lot. And if it was following up with
음.
very nice public services, it would be nice, but that's not always the case, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a
맞아.
shame. Okay. Then the second one is relating to food. It was also one of the first experience outside of Europe. That food was such a big deal in Korea. I remember having seen so many restaurants, so many cafes in Korea, in Seoul. It was really impressive because it made me feel like how is it possible that new cafe, new restaurant opens up every time because there is so much competition. But I believe the demand is so big for good foods and good cafe that in the end you can always like open new cafes or new restaurant and it works. Also, it's quite impressive. Whenever you go to a restaurant, you can easily have bantan, free bantan, and water because it's not in your list. But in Belgium, the water is not free. When you go to restaurant, you have to pay, so you don't have tap water. But in Korea, it is, and it's even like orum and yeah, you also have sometimes free coffee and free tea, so it's very nice. So basically I think I would say my favorite food experience were in Korea, honestly. Like the density, the amount of restaurants and cafe you have in Seoul is second to none, as we say.
상기가 한 번은 그러더라고요. 아니, 이렇게 레스토랑이랑 카페가 많은데 다 장사가 잘 되는지 궁금해 하더라고요. I think there's a lot of people in Seoul, so even if there are a lot of restaurant and cafe, still I think there are consumer.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people go to restaurant and cafe,
Mm-hmm.
and also 한국에서는 약간 그러니까 외식을 자주 하는 문화가 있잖아요. 외식도 자주 하고 또 밥 먹은 다음에 또 항상 카페 가고 그런 문화가 있잖아요. 근데 벨기에는 그렇진 않은 것 같더라고요. 벨기에는 뭐 레스토랑 갔다가 카페 갔다가 뭐 그런 거 없잖아,
No.
그치?
No, indeed. And also I heard that in Korea, in Seoul, it was the city with the most Starbucks in the world.
맞아.
Even more than Tokyo and cities in China or US. And I think it kind of shows like this culture of food and coffee shop that there is in Korea. And I also know that at least for you, like Korean food is still a very important thing when you are abroad and you always want to at least cook Korean meal.
맞아.
And you also have kimchi cravings and you want to buy kimchi and we have kimchi. So I don't think I could compare that to Belgium, to be honest. I don't feel like if I was in Korea for years, I would crave Belgian food. I love Belgian food, but I think it's another level, honestly, Korean food.
벨기에가 언어가 공용어가 세 가지예요.
Yeah.
브뤼셀을 기점으로 남쪽은 왈롱 지방이라고 프랑스어를 쓰고 북쪽은 네덜란드어를 쓰고 브뤼셀은 그 중간에 있어서 공용어로 영어를 또 써요.
근데 공식적으로 네덜란드어로나 프랑스어로 말해야죠.
공식적으로? 또 독일 접경 지역은 또 독일어를 써요. 예를 들어 뭐 카페나 레스토랑 가면은 그냥 영어로 많이 해요. 프랑스어를 못하는 사람도 있고 네덜란드어를 못하는 사람도 있기 때문에 그냥 영어로 더 많이 쓰는 것 같아요.
But it's also because Brussels is the capital of Europe. So you have all the offices of Europe. So you have a lot of foreigners coming to Brussels as well. So a lot of English is used. But yes, for sure you'll hear way more English in Brussels than in Paris or the Netherlands. And on the German, it's a very, very small region. Personally, I never met a Belgian speaking German until I was 26 or 27. It is that small. And usually, because it's very close to the French speaking part of Belgium, they also speak French.
그래서 어떻게 보면은 좋은 것 같기도 해요. 왜냐면 벨기에에서 태어나면은 일단 기본적으로 언어를 두 가지는 하니까 또 더한 경우에는 세 가지, 네 가지도 하거든요, 언어를. 탕기 같은 경우에도 프랑스어랑 영어랑 네덜란드어를 할 수 있으니까.
Yeah, but it's a bit because going with the language, there is also a sense of community and culture. And to be honest, it's true in Belgium, we struggled sometimes with national feeling, like in Belgium, we are all together because Flanders has its own language and culture and mindset, and Wallonia also. Then the mix is quite difficult sometimes. While in Korea, everybody speaks
음,
Korean, so it's easy. In France, the same. So that's something we do miss in
맞아.
Belgium, I
아,
think.
맞아, 맞아. 약간 프랑스어권 벨기에 사람들이랑 네덜란드어권이랑 좀 서로 낯가리는 게 있더라고요. 서로 좀 어색해해요, 만나면.
Mm.
어떤 언어로 대화를 해야 될지 모르니까 좀
Mhm.
그것도 좀 신기했던 것 같고, 그리고 또 영화관을 가도 자막이 두 개예요. 자막이 프랑스어 자막 하나, 네덜란드어 자막 하나.
음.
이래가지고,
브뤼셀에서
브뤼셀에서.
맞나?
되게 신기했어요.
음.
음. 그리고 또 마지막 세 번째 신기했던 점은?
Third one that I thought was very surprising as well is the
음,
skincare industry, I would say, or at least
음,
habits of Korean people. There is a general feeling that
맞아.
it's important to care about your
음,
skin
음,
for many reasons, health reasons, and also appearance. And that's an understanding that women and men both have. And the industry is very strong in Korea, and the exportation also is quite it's a big part of the economy. Looking at you preparing, I can see that you are like putting a lot of effort into like caring about your skin, and you are trying to push me to do the same, although I'm not used to that. Also, there is a general feeling that Asian people have good genes when it comes to skincare and good skin. But I think it's not underlying the fact that, yeah, there may be some good genes, but also I think Korean people are actually caring a lot about their skin and doing a lot of routines to. So there is a lot of effort put into it.
맞아, 맞아. 항상 여기 유럽에 있을 때 한국인들이 피부가 진짜 좋다라는 얘기를 많이 들었거든요. 근데 물론 이게 타고난 사람도 있겠지만 또 관리를 많이 하잖아요, 한국 사람들이. 그래서 저 같은 경우에도 약간 좀 관리를 많이 해서 좀 피부가 많이 좋아진 케이스고.
The amount of olive young that there is as well.
그리고 또 한국이 화장품을 또 잘 만들잖아요. 또 한국 제품이 워낙 좋기 때문에 그런 것도 있는 것 같아요. 한국 화장품이 저희는 그냥 올리브영 같은 데서 쉽게 구할 수 있는데 이제 유럽 사람들은 그거를 주문을 해야 되고 또 배송을 받아야 되고 이러니까 그런 게 있는 것 같아요.
Hopefully, I can have as good skin as you in a couple of years.
내가 항상 해주잖아, 스킨케어.
Mm-hmm.
그리고 그것도 놀라더라고요, 탄기가. 저한테 선크림을 발랐냐고 물어보는 거예요, 밖에 나가기 전에. 나는 선크림 맨날 바르는데? 이랬더니 상기가 놀랬어요. 선크림을 맨날 바르냐고. 네, 왜냐면 자외선이 항상 날씨가 흐리거나 뭐 좋거나 자외선이 항상 있으니까 선크림을 매일 발라야 좋다라는 그런 한국인들은 그런 마인드가 있잖아요. 근데 유럽 사람들은 그냥 햇빛이 이게 좀 쨍쨍한 날에만 선크림을 바르는 것 같더라고요.
Mm-hmm.
음.
맞아.
그리고 이제 마지막 세 번째 신기했던 점은 벨기에 사람들이 또 벨기에 하면 또 맥주가 되게 유명하잖아요. 뭐 호가든, 스텔라 이런 거 다 벨기에 거니까. 그만큼 사람들이 맥주에 엄청 진심이다. 그래서 마트를 가면은 정말 한쪽 벽이 다 맥주고 종류가 엄청 다양하고 맥주 종류가. 그리고 한국 같은 경우에는 맥주를 뭐 그냥 밥 먹을 때, 저녁 먹을 때 이렇게 같이 마시고 이러잖아요. 근데 벨기에 사람들은 그냥 식전주처럼 뭐 안주 없이 밥 먹기 전에 그냥 막 벌컥벌컥 마시고 되게 신기했어요.
And the beers are very strong as well.
아,
Because in
맞아요.
Korea, you may not know because the beers that are exported to Korea are quite mild, light in percentage. But if you come to Belgium, like it's so common to find beers above 8%, 9, 10% sometimes.
맞아.
So you drink one, you're already drunk.
네.
They're very strong, sometimes too strong. I prefer
음.
Cass.
맞아,
Prefer Cass when we eat something.
맞아요. 저희 약간 저녁이랑 이렇게 같이 한 잔씩 하고 싶을 때 카스, 아시안마트 가서 카스 사와서 마셔요. 저희한테 뭔가 딱 그게 딱 적당한? 너무 세지 않고 밥이랑 같이 먹을 수 있음,
더 가난,
더 간단하게.
더 간단하게.
오늘 저희가 이렇게 저희 벨기에랑 한국 각자 서로 나라에 대해서 신기한 점에 대해서 얘기를 해봤는데요.
It's only three that we had,
음,
but there are way more, in fact,
음,
maybe another. Try to dive a bit more into it.
여러분은 어떻게 생각하시는지 댓글로
해주세요.
남겨주세요. 네, 안녕.
안녕.